What is going on, guys? It's Wraith here, back with another video. Now in today's video I'm going to be talking about why stats in Fortnite and wins and all that kind of KD, that good stuff, don't really matter anymore, and even why sometimes placement in arena and even World Cup championships don't matter that much anymore, and why people shouldn't really focus on them as much as they do. But yeah, so basically let's get right into the video. I hope you guys enjoy. If you do, make sure you slap that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and if you guys don't know, my creator code is Wraith-YT. For those of you that don't know what it is, there you guys go, you have it now, and let's get right into the video. So sure, it is nice to have like a 3+ KD and a 20% win percentage, but like honestly, I can't remember the last time I've asked someone what their KD or win percentage is or how many wins they have, and I don't even remember opening up Tracker Network, which kind of tracks all the stats of players. Because what used to happen was whenever I'd look for a duo partner to see if someone was actually good, I just pull up their Tracker Network stats, see how many wins they have, see their KD, blah blah blah. But now, honestly, no one really cares if like you have 1,000 wins or you have 500 wins. Like honestly, like sorry to say for all you guys that grinded wins and stuff, but it's not that important anymore, and that's not kind of what makes a player. Now obviously, if you're just looking for a partner and like just an average partner and stuff, and you just want to play with someone, obviously it doesn't really matter what their stats are, it doesn't matter how many wins they have, it doesn't matter where they place, whatever. But if you're looking for an actual competitive player, like you're looking for a partner to actually grind World Cup with, to grind every single day, to improve, learn chemistry like Tifu and Cloaksy, and actually maybe win some money or potentially even go big, then obviously there are a couple stats you should be worrying about. You should be worrying about, like, basically, for example, I'll go through it. Whenever I'm looking for someone like a duo partner through Discord, YouTube, my buddies, whatever it is, right? There's a couple questions I always ask them to kind of see how they're looking stats wise, and basically what those two questions are where you are in arena and how have you qualified in the recent tournament. Now the reason for that is obviously for me, because I'm pretty competitive. I'm in Champions League, I've done pretty well in all the World Cups. I'm looking for someone who's also done well in World Cup tournaments, who've come top 300, top 400 in almost most of the like weekly or weekend tournaments basically, and someone who can play a good amount. Now obviously if you just reached champions and you haven't really qualified for any finals or something, that's okay too, but you want to kind of talk with people and still wonder where they are if they're in champions too, because you don't want someone who's at 120 points in arena, right? So that is probably the most important stat I'd say now, is actually wondering like where you are in arena and how you've actually done or qualified if you're looking for that competitive player. Now getting back to the title of this video of why improving your play and improving actually like how you play the game and your IQ and stuff is more important than stats, is unless you're trying to win money from like just the weekend qualifiers, like the solos, the duos, all that, if you're trying to win a couple $100 or whatever, then obviously yeah, you should be worrying about where you land in your qualifiers, etc, etc. But honestly, if you think about it, it doesn't really matter if you're at 300 points in champions or 1,600 points. If you're just playing for placement and you're not actually like learning anything, you're just playing, you're staying in the ball every single game, or you're not really doing anything. Or if you have 5,000 wins where you've only had 2 kills, or you've had 5 wins where you've had 25 kills, obviously that's way better. But if you think about it, all those stats don't really matter if you're high or low, because it's more important about how you do in those 10 games to qualify and actually in the finals. What it doesn't matter if you're at 2,500 points right now in the arena in Champions League, it does not matter if you can't go into the finals or you can't place top 10 in the finals. A lot of these people like SnowXD, Mongrel, they're at like 300 to 600 range points, which is still pretty good. But most of those people don't care about where their points is, and you can't either. The reason why it's more important to care about like how you actually play instead of playing for placement or playing just like trying to gain more points in arena, because if you think you're at 450 points in arena, you're a better player. It doesn't matter what points you're at. You should be worried more about your gameplay. Say, for example, like I said, if you stick in a ball the entire game, you're not going to improve. So then when it comes to the finals and comes to where you actually need to like fight people in case you don't get a ball, even if you get a ball, you're still going to need to get some kills to actually make it to the World Cup or place high. So it's still important when you're in arena or just normal games to actually worry about getting kills and learning things instead of just going for the win or going for points in arena. Because if you're just going for the points, again, you're not learning anything. You want to be learning how to deal with people. You want to be learning how to rotate properly, when to rotate, when to turtle, when to box fight, when not to fight. There's so many things that make this game unique and make this game so like analytically like hard, and why so many people are not that good at the game, and why there's a few people that actually stand out is because they're just really good at understanding all the mechanics and small things a part of the game. And you can too, you just need to put in the time and stick it in a ball the entire game. I'm sorry to say, but that's not going to get you where you need to be and where you want to be to actually be one of the best players in the world, or just become a better player overall, right? So for example, with me, I'm at around 310 points right now in arena, and you guys might be like, well, I'm at 410, like, you're trash at this game. Okay, like, dope, you're probably pretty good, you're at 410 points. But the reason for that is I was at like 390 points. I think 398 was my highest, and then I started to I was just sitting in a ball all game and like playing for placement, playing super passive, just trying to get higher and higher in arena. Then I realized, I'm like, what am I doing? Like, what is the point of this? I'm not gaining anything for being higher points. I'm not getting better practice. They're still the same games. Like, I'm not learning anything except how to move around in the ball, right? So what I just started doing is I found out my weakest spot in my game, and I think it's dying to people that I shouldn't be dying, or dying in scenarios that I shouldn't be dying in. For example, when I have a shotgun and they have an SMG, or I'll have a rocket launcher or more shield advantage and I'll still lose the fight. For some reason, I had this really bad time with fighting people that I should be winning against. So what I did, instead of playing for placement, instead of doing that, I just practiced W keying people. Now I know I talk about this in every video, W keying is toxic, but it's still the best way to probably learn how to play better and win more fights, is by W keying people. So what I've decided to do is every single time I see someone, I push them. Obviously I'll try and play smarter, like I'll shoot before I push them and stuff, but I'll just work on winning each fight. If I have the advantage, even if I have the disadvantage, I'm working on fighting kids, because I know most of these kids are probably going to be pretty decent. They're in Champions League. Only a couple of them probably got in with just using balls or just going placement or whatever, right? Most of these kids are probably pretty good. So I'm practicing fighting all these kids, because when it comes down to it, if like, for example, the first game of the World Cup qualifiers in solo week 1, I died to someone right off spawn that I should not have died to. I had 100, I had a shotgun SMG, he had an AR and SMG and 25 shield, I think it was, and I died to him, right? So if I can stop doing that and I get a couple extra games available with me, and I get an extra couple kills and an extra couple and more loot, because I win those fights instead of losing them in games that actually matter, then it's definitely way more important than being at like 1,600 points in arena, right? So what you got to think about and figure out is what's wrong with my gameplay, and what can I fix about this. I made so many videos about improving each part of your gameplay, whether it's IQ, how to be more consistent, how to tunnel properly, how to win more fights, etc. But there's so many videos on those online, not just on mine, that you got to isolate what your problem is and try and fix it. Don't worry about your placement in arena. Don't worry about how many wins or KD or whatever you have. Worry about improving as a player, so when it comes down to it, it's actually an important game, or you actually need to win this game to get, or you need 20 points to get into the World Cup, or you need 20 points to qualify to the finals, that you don't choke because you've been practicing on that. If you've just been practicing in balls, you're probably not going to be doing that great in the actual tournaments. Sure, you might be a great player already, but there's always room for improvement. For example, Mongrel, best player in the world, I think personally, there's still tons of room for improvement with him. He knows that he's grinding 24/7 to actually improve on all those things. Do you think he worries about his placement in arena? No. He's trying to improve every single game he's in there. He isolates what his problem is, and he's trying to improve on it. It's so important to realize that it does not matter about stats unless you're looking for a duo partner. But again, if you're looking to be competitive, you should worry about yourself before you actually find a duo partner. Because if you're just an average player and you're looking to get picked up by someone like Energy Zaid or something, not gonna happen, right? Unless you're an absolute god, most of the time gods won't want to play with you. So it's very important to actually improve your playstyle instead of worrying about arena and stats. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure you smash that like button, make sure you hit a comment for a future video and what you want to see, and make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thanks everyone, and I hope you guys have a good one. Yeah.